Episode 2, Fred. We're here. We're live and shooting the shits. Yeah. All right.
Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Vibes.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Marisol.
And this is the Unfiltered Vibes podcast where we vibe out and share life unfiltered. And this is episode 2. I'm so excited.
Yes, especially since it was an easier transition.
Yes. Yeah. It took us 13 minutes to set everything up and start recording. And yeah, I think it's just going to get easier and better every time.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm so excited. But how are you? How was your week?
My week, I have been struggling. I've been struggling for the last 2 weeks. Audi was sick with the flu, so she was like out for an entire week, and then gave it to the baby, and I was just like, oh my God. So and this is me getting over it too. So they both, I thought I was like free from getting sick, but no. So I have been on the struggle bus a little bit.
Yeah.
But
and you went back to work too?
And I went back to work. I'm working from home, which is good. I mean, it gives me like a little distraction because obviously like being at home all day is not good for your mental health. But yeah, so luckily she's a good baby, and I'm able to get a lot done. So
that's so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emmy being a good baby.
Yes, because if it was Audi, I would have not been able to do anything. I would have been like, I cannot do this.
You really do have two completely different babies, even the way that they look.
Oh yeah, they don't even look related. I'm like,
Are
you? I don't think so. I was like, are y'all even related? I have a mini me and he has a mini me, so.
Yeah. They're so cute. No, I feel you. We were sick last week and Roman's teething, and I don't know if he's going through like a growth spurt or just like a sleep regression, but it's been 2 weeks of him waking up in the middle of the night, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, yelling mama for over and over and over again until I come get him, and then he comes in our bed, and then we wake up at usually, well, it depends if it's a gym day or not, but we wake up anywhere between 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. every day.
Oh, wow.
So we're on the struggle bus too. We've been with a lack of sleep for like 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we're nearing the end and it's almost over, because I need him to go back to his bed so I can sleep and
For sure.
his dad can sleep, because it's been rough.
Yeah.
And he's been so attached to me. But yeah, I remember those days of working from home. It's really hard, and especially when they're a newborn, it's hard to like have a routine with them, because it's kind of like unpredictable with their naps and stuff, even though they do sleep a lot. But like, I don't know, it's just hard to have a routine when they're a newborn versus them being a little older and kind of can put on a routine.
And that thing that you were saying about like him waking up in the middle of the night, I don't think that ever stops, because Audi's 4 years old at this point, and she will still scream for me in the middle of the night.
God.
And then the other night, like, I didn't come because I had just put the baby to sleep, so I was like, oh my God, please don't come in here. Like, know that if I'm not coming to you, it's because I'm a little busy over here. She comes in barging in the door, and she's like, Mom, I'm mad at you. And I'm like, oh my God. And then there goes the baby screaming, and I was like,
gosh.
No.
It's a recipe for disaster.
I can't.
Yeah, he was doing so good for like a month or two, where he would just sleep through the night, wouldn't wake up. Like, we would put him down and he stayed, and then out of nowhere, literally just waking up in the middle of the night and stuff. And we have a pretty solid like nighttime routine, so I really think it's just him like growing or sleep regression or something. So I don't know, I love that he's such a mama's boy, so I'm absorbing all the love and the cuddles he gives me at night, as rough as it is, because one day he will stop doing that, and that just breaks my heart. So yeah. Are you ready for Easter?
No, I don't even think I usually get all the kids Easter baskets. I'm not doing that this year. So no, I am not really in the spirits. And I don't really think we're doing much of anything. We usually go to my parents' house. And then the kids look for the eggs and stuff, which honestly, it's kind of like, what does that have to do with Easter anyways? None of it. Like,
Honestly,
it doesn't.
I don't know the correlation of the Easter
There
bunny.
is no
with,
Easter bunny correlation to the resurrection
of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So yeah. How about you? Or do you have any plans?
Yeah, we're going to, well, we have the concert Saturday. So Roman will be with my parents Saturday night into Sunday. So Sunday, we're just going to go to my parents' house, eat dinner, have a little Easter egg hunt for Roman and his cousin. He doesn't have that but many cousins yet. So yeah, they're only like not even 2 yet. So it's not going to be that big. But I did get him an Easter basket with some cool stuff. So I think he'll be excited about playing with his new toys that I got him and all that. Yeah, my parents are like obviously go to church and stuff. So they always like to do something for Easter where we get together and eat. And now that we have small children, they're so excited to do a little Easter egg hunt. So let's hope that the weather is good enough to do that outside.
Whenever I think about an Easter egg hunt, did you ever go to the Lancaster Barnstormers Easter egg hunt?
No, never.
But you've seen like the promotions
I've seen pictures
and stuff? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I went the first year and it was so chaotic. I was like, I am never coming here ever again. It's like the adults are worse because there's like 20 golden eggs or some like, so for the kids, so but the adults are worse. Yeah. And I'm just like, what the hell? It was so bad. Like they were trying to separate it by sections and age differences that obviously didn't work because the parents just went all in.
Yeah, I can't deal with stuff like that. Like I get really overwhelmed and I'm very protective over my child and obviously like my nieces and nephews and stuff. So like that would not fly with me. Like
it was bad. I had never did
parents
that ever, and I never went.
Doing way too much. Like it's really not that serious. Like, and I dare you to try to check my kid. I'm checking you so hard. Like we're not doing that. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, and I don't like taking him to like big group settings like that. Like he gets shy, so he just sits back and stares at everything and observes everything, and it takes him a long time to like warm up and interact and stuff.
Right.
Like I took him last week to story time at the library, and literally for the first hour during story time he's just sitting down on my lap and staring at everyone. Or he'll stand up and go toward the front and he just stares at everyone observing. He's such like a little observer.
He would not survive at my parents' house on a Sunday.
No, I mean we don't have a big family and he's never like around a lot of like crowds and stuff, so he's like gets a little overwhelmed. And he just like shuts down and just stares and like observes and just looks around, and he really like he will just dead ass stare at you and see what you're doing. Like he won't move, he won't budge or anything. So yeah, he's like his daddy like that. His dad's pretty chill and just sits in a corner and observes everything.
You didn't introduce our drink, by the way.
Oh shit. So I made us some strawberry margaritas with a tahini rim, and
they're really good.
Yeah, they're so
really good. I didn't think that I was gonna like them.
Yeah, I tested it out yesterday to make sure that they would be good, and I told Marisol they were gonna be good. So yeah, they're so yummy. Yeah. So into today's topic. Last week you had briefly touched on you going to an all-white high school and how that kind of like affected you, and even till today you feel like those like effects of like going to an all-white high school. And I kind of wanted to like touch on like speak more about that because I went to an all-white high school and I kind of related to like those defense mechanisms that you kind of like have to learn when you're in like uncomfortable settings like that. So yeah.
Did you want to go ahead and start, or do you want me to start? You want me to go? Yeah, so pretty much went to an all white high school, like we said in the past. Shit. What was I going to say?
Mom brain is real.
No, how about you go ahead? Because I think I took, like, when you told me about the whole high school thing, I kind of went from, like, I took like a whole synopsis of like the beginning to the very end. So if you want to go ahead, I'll kind of piggyback off.
Okay. All right. So I actually grew up in Lancaster City. And I went to city schools, which are more urban. Like it's more obviously black and brown kids, not a lot of white kids. Especially to the schools that I went to and the middle school that I went to. So I grew up in the city until 7th grade. And then my parents decided that they wanted to move out the city since I was going to high school soon. And they didn't want me to go to McCaskey for whatever reasons they had. So we moved out to the suburbs outside of like Lancaster City. And I switched school districts, which was Lampeter Strasburg, which is a very small, pretty much white school district. So I went there for 8th grade. And to say that it was a culture shock is an understatement. Like, it was completely different than what I had went to school, what I had known, what I grew up with and stuff. And I hated it so bad. I didn't dress like them. I didn't look like them. I didn't talk like them. I think what really kind of helped me like immerse myself and make some friends and stuff was that I played field hockey. So I joined their field hockey team. So I got to meet some of the girls before school even started because I was going to like practice and stuff like that.
Now, did your high school have an ESL class?
No, we didn't have enough kids for them to even go to ESL. And I never went to ESL even in like city school or anything like that.
There was only a few of us in Spring Grove, but the few that were in ESL. Now, I wasn't because I was brought up more English than Spanish.
Yeah.
But I would just go there to hide out because obviously I didn't really have that many friends either.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah, even in field hockey, like, it was so hard. Like, I really kind of adapted to like them because like what was I gonna do? Keep standing out. And
how long did you play for?
I played until 10th grade. So I played 8th and 9th grade. And then high school field hockey was so much like harder and more difficult, and they required a lot more stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm not conditioning in the summer. I'm not running. I'm not doing any of that, going to practices. I just really didn't want to.
You have to be committed. That's like
it is like being an athlete is like a huge commitment. So yeah, I think that really helped me, like being an like playing sports and stuff, to like make some friends. But even then, like I just never felt like I fit in. Like, it just was so weird. And like going to high school and stuff, like, so like Lampeter Strasburg is a small school district, so a lot of these kids go to elementary school together, middle school together, and high school together because it's only 2 elementary schools, 1 middle school, and 1 high school in the school district. So like they all knew each other since they were like 5 years old,
right?
So it's like really cliquey, and you know, like they all know each other, grew up together and stuff like that. So like me being the new girl coming in, like they were just like, you're cool, but we don't like you all like that. At least that's how I felt. And like, yeah, like there was like maybe 2 other Hispanic people in this, like, that I can remember, even in my grade or in the school and stuff. So yeah, and like one vivid like memory that I will always carry with me was for my quinceañera. I think I might have told you this. So they've never been to a quinceañera. So I had like a lot of my friends there at that time, and like my cousin was like, you know, if anyone wants to say something, come up. So I remember this girl going up there, and she's giving her speech or whatever, and she goes, I just want to say thank you, Sabrina, for teaching me how to be ghetto. And
so rude.
Like at the time, like, you know, we weren't that culturally aware back then. I was just like, oh, she's just trying to be funny. But now I look back and I'm like, that's cringy as fuck. That's so discriminatory. And like, there's like
She was
racially
white.
charged. Yeah, she was white.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, all my friends were white at the time. And yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And like, I don't know. It was just, it's different. And
I mean, how would your, like, what did your, like, your family didn't say anything about it? Because obviously,
yeah, my
it's
cousins were like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, what, like,
you're not even
you're
ghetto.
not even ghetto. Like, we're not even ghetto. Like, none of us grew up in the hood. Like, all my cousins fucking went to Hempfield and shit. Like, we all lived in the suburbs.
Oh my God.
So I'm just like, okay. Just because I got a little bit of culture and a little bit of pizzazz and can shake my ass doesn't mean that I'm ghetto. Like, sorry, I taught you how to dance. I didn't teach you how to be ghetto. Or put
crazy.
you on to some Drake or The Weeknd or something. And
in front of all those people.
In front of my whole family. In front of
crazy.
all of our friends and stuff. Yeah, like I hated high school so bad that I graduated early. I graduated in January instead of June. Thankfully, we were still allowed to walk with our class. And like me and a bunch of like my friends at the time, we all graduated early. And we just would chill and like go to work, smoke weed. And yeah, so it was not fun. I don't feel like I had a good high school experience. I don't talk to anyone from high school. Like, I don't have any friends or anything like that. And I just feel like I never fit in anywhere. And like, I was also kind of like overlooked in a way, even though we were a small high school. Like, I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew that was something that was in my plans, but like, my guidance counselor never talked to me about that, and never prepared me or even asked me if I wanted to go to college or anything like that. And I don't know, I just felt like so unprepared entering that next chapter of my life, because I am a first generation graduate. Like, it's only just me and my cousin that have gone to college in my family so far. Like, we have like other family members that have taken like classes at community college and stuff like that. And I think my mom has too. But like, going to a 4-year college outside of home, like that shit was like really hard. And doing it for the first time, I just felt so like unprepared and alone and not knowing what to do, how to make friends, like how important clubs and stuff like that, like getting out there and meeting people that have similar interests like that, or even how important it is to pick a roommate that you like. Not just pick a roommate because you have the same major, because most of the time you're going to switch your major. Like 80% of kids that go to college switch their major. And yeah, that was like some of my mistakes.
I'm not really sure that high school really prepares you for anything, really, because
facts.
I mean, my experience was I hated high school. I barely went to high school. I almost didn't graduate high school. So school was definitely not my thing. And especially with the kids and the teachers even being racist. And there was like this one time that I actually went to Mexico and I came back and I was like falling asleep in my science class, or was it history? I don't remember. But then like the teacher was like, oh, like in front of all the class, she's like, oh, she must still be on her Mexican time. And I just looked at her. I looked at my book and I was like, I'm gonna fucking throw my book at this bitch right now. I was so mad. But then I was like, and I would have too, but then I was just like, you know what? Whatever. And then like once class was over, everyone's kind of like, can you believe she said that to you? And I'm like, it is what it is. Like, she's fucking racist. She's always been racist. Whatever. So yeah, I almost didn't graduate. And
why? Because you just didn't care?
I didn't care. No, we would skip class. I mean, I would fucking go smoke weed and just not care about anything back in high school.
What year did you graduate?
15, I think. Or 13.
I'm like,
13.
I graduated in 2015 and we are not the same age.
13, yeah. I graduated the business school at 15 or in 15. Yeah, so I had to run 16 fucking miles. Yeah. And I had to do like different like essays and stuff for like some class in order to graduate, because I wouldn't have graduated at all.
So you did that just so that you can graduate on time to like kind of give you like like bonus points to your grade and stuff.
Yep. So in the end, I did get my diploma, which I guess is a good thing. And then straight from high school, I ended up working at Utz. And I would literally call my sister crying every fucking day. And I'm like, I hate this job. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And I remember vividly, I was sitting outside and I was like on the phone with her crying. And I was like, all right, I'm going to school. So I ended up going to school for business because obviously I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. But then I was like, business will just get me into the door wherever. So I just ended up going to like a 2-year technical business school. So
it's good though. At least you had that like click in your brain of like, yeah, this ain't it. I'm not gonna be working in a factory for the rest of my life. Like a lot of our parents and our aunts and uncles do. Like they dedicate their lives working for a job that does not give a shit about them. And like so much so that they're like, oh, I'm like, they might be sick or whatever, and they still show up to work because they're like, I can't afford to. They just can't afford it. And it's just like, it just sucks that they slave away at these jobs for them to not even be valued as a worker or whatever. Because I see that with my in-laws, like the jobs that they have, and I'm just like,
it's crazy.
I wish y'all could just like retire and go to DR and live your best life.
Seriously.
But yeah, this world, this country is not set up to help us at all, or in our favor at all in any sense. And I feel like it kind of like both of our stories going to all white high schools kind of show that like we're like, okay, let's hurry up and get them the fuck out the door. And if they don't care, then I don't care. Thankfully I was always good at school like my whole life, so like graduating was never an issue for me. And like my parents always were like, yeah, like you're gonna go to college. Like that wasn't even an option for me. There was no option of like for you to stay home and work. Like, no, you're smart. You can go and get an education.
And that's good that you had that, because I don't feel like we did. Because my parents are pretty much like, you get a job, you kind of just work for the rest of your life kind of thing. So maybe if we had like a little bit more motivation, I would be like a fucking doctor or something. I don't know. But yeah, I obviously didn't care. And they're too busy working to really like look into like, hey, how's school going, or like, how are you doing?
Thankfully my mom was really hands-on, and she helped my older cousin who also went to college and got her bachelor's degree with her process of like applying for FAFSA, and which is like loans and all that stuff. But it's just like, I don't know, like there's just like such a lack of preparation out there for kids that look like us. Like scholarships and grants, and not having to apply to like private loans and put yourself in so much debt that you're not only paying back like your student loans to the government, you're paying back these damn private loans.
Are you on private loans?
Yeah. I would have been.
Are you paying now?
Hell no, I'm not paying that bitch back. No, I'm not gonna pay it back. I don't know. After 7 years, they wipe it off your credit, so I'm almost at the 7-year point. I don't really care. Like, it's definitely fucked up my credit. Like my credit has gone to shit ever since like after COVID, when like the COVID relief stuff ended. And yeah, like shout out to my husband. Thank God I have my husband. If not, then I probably would have had to pay some of it back just so I could have good credit, so I could like move forward and get an apartment or get a car or whatever. Yeah, because
you can't do shit without good credit.
And it fucking sucks, but no one warns you about that, like how much interest is on these loans, and why the fuck are they granting $20,000 loans to 18-year-olds? Like, that's just so mind-boggling. And I'm 27. I wouldn't even be able to get I wouldn't even be able to get a mortgage with my credit score or my debt to income ratio. I would have to pay an arm and a leg if I wanted to go get a car and stuff. But like, sure, here's $20,000 so you can go to college, and then you pay us back with a fucking 25% interest rate, and then you literally pay that shit until you die, which is
I'm
crazy.
pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pay it till the day I die. But what the fuck ever, man. It is what it is.
I'm like, my parents always say, la última lo paga el diablo. So that's literally like my motto. I'm like, fuck it. Everybody's in debt. Like, this whole country is like $3 trillion in debt. So if our own country can be in debt, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you went to Temple.
Yeah.
Was that worth it?
If I'm honest, no. I always say, like, if I could have stayed home and went to like Millersville or Hack or something like that, I would have. Like, if I knew better, I would have, because a lot of people go to college so they can get the independence and the college experience of going out and having fun and drinking and making friends and
We've
going
been
to
doing
parties and stuff. And I wasn't into that. Like, I did that shit in high school. Like, I graduated early, so that's all me and my friends did. All we did was smoke weed, drink, party. Like, we turned up so hard for senior week. Like, I already had gotten a lot of that out of my system because my parents were like the cool parents. So all my friends since like 16 or 17 would just come to my house. We would hang out, we would drink and stuff. My friends would sleep over. Like, my parents would take their keys and we would just party at my house. And then the next day, my mom made breakfast, we all ate, and they all went about their merry way. So like, I did that shit in high school. I didn't really want to do that in college. So a lot of the time I would just like pregame with my friends, smoke weed all day, go to classes, come home, go to work, and that was really it. Like, I really didn't party all like that. And so I would have saved myself so much money if I would have just stayed home, because a lot of your tuition or a lot of the money is housing and food too. Like, half of it is like housing and food, and like, if you have a car, you have to like pay for your gas and stuff.
So how much do you owe?
Girl, I have no idea. It's definitely like 90,000 or something like that. Yeah. Like, I know for like the federal loans, I have like 26,000 a loan there. And then I have my private loans, which fuck you, Sally Mae. Yeah, I think I have like 80 grand there, and that's probably even more now with all the interest and stuff I've accrued and late payments and all that. But she ain't seeing a fucking dime from me. So it is what it is. I just wish I would have done so much different with my college experience. Like, I wish I would have done more clubs and put myself out there with more like-minded people, and chosen better roommates that I actually like could be friends with outside of there, and not just chosen roommates based on like my field. My major and stuff, because I went in going as pre-pharmacy, and with pre-pharmacy, like, your major is like bio or chem or something like that. I had no interest of doing that. I didn't want to be in college for 7-8+ years. So I ended up switching my major to public health, and I loved public health. Like, it was like so cool. Like, you can do so much with that degree and stuff. But it was newer. So like, I don't know. And it's just like so much that you can do with it. Like, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my degree. And like, I was just going through a lot of stuff, like personally, like with my mental health, and physically too. Like, I was just like, couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, because I was having like stomach issues and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something that we should we can talk about that on another episode.
Well, at least like you went through that. We've been through like the things that, you know, what we would and what we wouldn't do, and like we can pass that on to our children so they don't feel as lost and and kind of abandoned and different like we did. So that's one good thing, because I always want to be like the engagement mother. Like, I don't care if Audi has like this, you know, 5-minute dance or 5-minute song at school. I'm there. I'm gonna be the the present parent at all times. So when you
but
know
yeah,
better,
with
you
our
do
kids,
better.
yeah, no, me and Rangers, my husband, talk about that all the time. Like how, like, I don't like. First of all, you don't need a degree to be successful in your career, no matter what you do. A lot of times, a degree can help you and can get you your foot in the door for things, but you don't need one for real. And
I mean, a lot of people with these damn degrees are like the fucking dumbest people out here. And it's like when you work at a job and this guy's getting paid $150,000 for a job that you can easily do, but you don't get paid as much just because you don't have a degree. It's pretty fucked up, but that's literally the world.
A lot of times because it looks good on paper. Yeah. Oh my God, what was I gonna say? Oh, I don't even use my degree. I went to college and I don't even use my degree. I used it for a couple of years, but I'm working in the complete opposite field now. So yeah, but I was saying, like, for our children, like, yeah, it's such a good learning lesson, especially me and my husband were both first generation college graduates with degrees and stuff, along with our cousins. So like it's just so much that we have learned that we have the privilege of passing down to our children and letting them know, like, that, hey, this is not your only option as far as like becoming a successful person. And if you don't know what you want to do, explore. There's so much out there. And like how can you decide at the age of 18 what you want to do for the next 50 years as far as a career and make your money? And honestly, it's just not sustainable anymore to have one source of income. Like, you have to have multiple hobbies or interests and stuff so you can make your, like, create multiple streams of income for yourself to be like sustainable in this country, honestly. And so you're not slaving at a job until you're 70 years old and can retire. And even then, 401ks and all that shit, that's that, like, all that money and Social Security, you can't live off that when you're older, or you're literally living paycheck to paycheck at that point too.
So you guys are either gonna have to go retire at the Dominican or Puerto Rico.
Ideally, yes, that would be love, because my in-laws have a place out in DR, and I would love to get a house in Puerto Rico. We have family out there. We're not that close with our family out there, but that would be freaking amazing. And just have Roman have an option of, like, so where are we going this summer, or where can I go with my grandparents for a couple months when he's out of school? So yeah, that
was pretty much it. I mean, I don't know if I used my degree, but business definitely got me in through the door to HR, and then I was there for 7 years. That took like a toll
in a sense. It gave you kind of like a foundation of, like, you know, business operations and stuff like that. What's your degree? Like, what do you have?
Business administration and management.
Awesome. So props to you, because I was gonna get a minor in healthcare administration, which is a business degree. I was so close to finishing, but I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't pass, like, risk management and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot more difficult. Like, business is not that easy, especially like the risk management part. I don't know if you had to take a risk management class. I would imagine so.
I don't remember.
But yeah, that was so hard, especially like healthcare. But yeah, I have my bachelor's degree in public health, which is a bachelor's of science. I don't know why, because the only science class we really took was anatomy and physiology, which is not easy either. But yeah, I guess it's because depending on what you want to do after, where you want to get your master's in or go, because there is business science side of public health.
Yeah. I mean,
look at us now, though.
I know.
We're educated.
I was gonna say, I love my job. Human resources, like, I was there for 7 years, and then I ended up going full-time payroll and accounting. And I love my job. I love my career. I love the people that I work for. I love the company. They're very caring, and it's honestly feels so good to work for someone who actually cares about you as a person and actually appreciates you. Because I didn't have that in my 7 years of HR where I used to work. So
that's so awesome. That's so important. I could say the same. Like, I really do love my job now, and who I work for. And I'm so excited to like create my own business as well, since I'm pretty much almost done with my doula classes, and so after May I can pretty much start taking clients and all of that, and I'm so excited to really like invest in that and do something that I know like I am passionate about. And I don't know, I'm so excited to just make that into a business and be my own boss and do something I love and am passionate about. Bitch. Yeah, I'm so excited, bro. Like, I'm so excited. Like, I love real estate and I love helping people in any aspect. But like, I'm not passionate about it. I'm so passionate about becoming a doula and helping women in like the most crucial times of their life.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm super excited and I'm so proud of us being some boss bitches.
Yeah,
our kids are gonna be proud.
They sure are. They're gonna
be a little successful babies.
Oh, for sure. They don't have any other option.
They don't. They have some good head on their shoulders though.
Yes.
All right, some current events.
The current
events.
What the fuck? First Nickelodeon.
The first one, the Nickelodeon documentary. Man, that shit was so heavy. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it yesterday after I finished watching it. It's just like, wow.
It's a shock.
Wow.
It's a shock.
It's so shocking because it's like, did you grow up watching Nickelodeon and stuff? Yeah, like looking back, like you thought it was just so funny, all the stuff that they were doing, and like I wanted a webcam and be like iCarly and do all that stuff too. And then looking back as an adult now, as some of those scenes, cringy as fuck, so disturbing. Cringy. It's like, how did they get away with that? Because like, okay, they're all kids on set, but the adults in the background, like, no one spoke up for these kids at that moment. No. Well, like, I'm sure there were some.
Well, I think there was two. There was two parents. So Drake's dad, and then, what was his name? I forget. It was the black guy on all that. His mom. Because the Brandy's mom, the one.
Also, why didn't they show Brandy? I was wondering that. Did
I don't think they did. But didn't. So she was the one who got the video of the guy pleasing himself, and she did absolutely nothing. So it's like these parents also failed these kids so bad that it was so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's just like, also Drake's dad knew, like, there was red flags, and he literally told Drake's mom, like, don't leave him alone with him, like, there's something wrong. And it's just like, yeah, they
and I used to love Drake and Josh. Oh my gosh, too. I used to watch it religiously, and it's just like, to know, like, even now I don't think I would ever go back and rewatch everything.
It's not,
but it's like, it was just so funny, and he was so funny, and it you just look at it and everything's like perfectly fine, but holy shit, was he going through some shit.
Yeah, like, just seeing him talk about it too, like, he was so visibly uncomfortable and stuff. Like, it's just like, you really don't know what these kids are going through, because even the Jeanette McCurdy, like, we both read her memoir,
her book,
and like, you would never know that she's going through this stuff with her mom, or even with these like people on set, and because they're child actors. And it's just like, and even at the end they asked all the actors, like, would you want your kids to ever become an actor? And all of them are like, hell no, absolutely not. Like, there's such a dark side to working in that industry and stuff. And so I also put up a poll on our Instagram, and literally everyone was like, they failed them. It was just so disturbing. It's so sad. I was sick to my stomach. And it's just like, if you haven't watched it yet, like, please prepare yourself to like be emotionally and mentally just like
not okay.
disturbed by everything, all of their stories and the stuff that they go through while putting on these shows that we grew up watching. Like it would never be the same. Like I would never be able to like look like at those shows like, or Nickelodeon or any of that ever again like the same, because the fact that they also had like these child predators as employees, that's sick. That's so sick.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it definitely is. And then they were saying that I think in the beginning they didn't run background checks on some of the employees working there.
I mean, well, the two of them, the two that got charged, they were they had no criminal history as far as being child predators until after the fact.
And then the fact that he only got 16 months in jail.
16 fucking months, like that, like what?
After
and
everything.
Then he became a registered sex offender, and he still was able to work with like in the industry with kids and all of that. It's just like, that's so sick. Like that just makes my stomach hurt so bad.
They failed them so bad.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully, I mean, it seems like he's getting the therapy that he needs. Obviously it's always going to be there. But I saw this thing I saw this quote that said, they gave up their childhood so we could have one. And I totally felt that, because oh my gosh,
so sad.
They definitely failed Amanda Bynes. I'm surprised. So I kind of wanted to see if she would show up on the documentary. Unfortunately, she did not, for those that haven't watched it. But the fact that they stated how they never really saw her on set because she was always with Dan really was like, what the heck? Like, why?
And the fact that everyone saw them being touchy-feely and stuff like that is so disturbing. And like, why is a grown-ass man and a little girl that have no blood relation have intimate contact like that?
And then you see how she was back then and how she is now. Like, have you seen how she looks now? Like,
yeah, I've seen her on TikTok and like her videos and stuff, and it's just so sad. Like her kind of downfall and like her issues with mental health that have been out there for everyone to see. It's just like something happened to her for her to have such a drastic downfall and to be so completely different than who she was. Yeah, something definitely happened. I feel like I think I saw screenshots of tweets that she had put out there during the Me Too movement a couple years ago, and she was talking about how Dan Schneider was like a sexual predator, and how like, why is no one talking about it or mentioning it, and how she was affected by other actors that she saw doing sexual abuse and stuff like that. It's just like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy what goes on in Hollywood and how much of that shit is kept a secret.
Yeah. And then what pissed me off was the letters of support that were written on Brian's
41
behalf.
letters of support. What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, and they showed all the stuff that he was initially charged with. And it's just fucking disgusting.
I literally have no words.
Like, how can you support someone that did this stuff to a young teenage boy?
I mean, they were even saying how like he was that basically it probably wasn't even his fault.
There has to have been temptation.
Yeah.
What?
Can you believe that? Oh my god.
Like, what?
I was like screaming at the TV.
Disgusting. Like, I literally was like, the fucking audacity.
He was 15 years old. What the
audacity
fuck?
of these people. And the thing is, like, this just still happens. We just don't hear about it. We'll probably hear about it 10 years from now, about child actors now or actors now and stuff like that. It's literally just a cycle.
You have to keep your kids close.
For real. Yeah.
It don't matter who it is.
No
Keep
one.
them close.
Yeah, it does not matter. It could be your own fucking family. That's why I don't play about my baby. I don't at all. Like, that shit is
You're
just...
not on Facebook asking for babysitters?
No.
No.
I have a big support system, so I don't gotta go on Facebook to ask, honestly.
That's good.
Thank God.
Ask me before you do that.
Girl. Yeah, I don't know how people would be comfortable doing that. Anyway, we're not here to... We ain't shaming you. We're judging you. Do your thing. What's next? Oh, current event, TikTok ban. Our government.
Just when I thought we were going to get TikTok famous.
I know. I was like, damn, I'm like doing my little content creation and shit. Y'all about to shut it down. But it's just like, they're so, like, why is the government so concerned with social media?
There's a lot of news that is thrown out there. Honestly, if I don't get my news from TikTok, I don't fucking know shit. So they don't want you to know what is actually going on because they don't put anything out on the actual news outlets. When you go on there, they like they're talking about fucking cats. Why do I care about a cat on Fox News? Like, what the hell? Yeah, so they want to ban it, and I believe that is why.
And so Rangers kind of like looked into it a little deeper. So TikTok is a Chinese social media platform, and so one of their things is that they don't want the Chinese having so much access to our citizens, like, because obviously we use our phone for everything, so through this platform that they can have access to pretty much Americans and use that as like a tactic to go against the US.
And when the Chinese came with a fucking balloon in the air, what
I don't know. I don't get it, but it's just like we have way bigger issues than fucking TikTok to worry about, like abortion, homelessness, student debt,
fucking the border crisis.
Just give us some damn insurance. I don't know. Yeah. So
well, I hope they don't ban it.
Me either. I love TikTok.
Yeah, I like TikTok too.
I literally get all my recipes from TikTok.
Recipes, my news.
I literally got where we went to brunch in Philly from TikTok. Like, it just like it's so helpful. Like, let's
we
look
no
up
longer
some brunch
Google.
Spots. No,
you TikTok.
Let's look up what do people recommend. And it's just because like this is real people doing this stuff too. I don't know. Yeah, I hope they don't ban it.
Another thing about TikTok, you saw how the Jalen story, the little girl.
Jalen.
Her mom left her in the crib for 11 days.
Oh my God. Yes. This was like last summer that she left.
Yeah,
her
and
baby.
she just got convicted. Yeah.
That is fucking, like, you fucking sick bitch. You went to Puerto Rico for a week or 2 weeks or something like that.
She was gone for 11 days. And then when she got back, she was still alive, but she didn't check on her right away until like the next day.
Like a baby dying of starvation and dehydration because you wanted to go on vacation. You sick bitch. I hope they do.
She tried to play it off as mental health. Like she was like super depressed and had so much anxiety. So she decided
but you
to go to
posting
fucking
selfies
Puerto Rico.
out in fucking Puerto Rico with your ass out.
Yeah.
Be so fucking for real.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I hope they do unspeakable things to her in jail. She deserves it. Yeah. Oh, speaking of TikTok, the twins, did you see about the twin sisters that got stabbed in New York?
No.
So it was like they went to like a bodega in New York, these twin sisters, and this guy was like hitting on them, and they were like, nah, like, I'm good, I don't want to talk to you or anything. And so he waited outside for them and stabbed both of them. Like, was beating them up and stabbed them. One died and the other one's in the hospital, like, recovering from her injuries.
That's so crazy.
All because they were like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Like we can't even like say no to men anymore without suffering consequences. And they were I think 17 or 18 years old. They were so young, like they're babies. And like she literally lost her life because she didn't want to talk to a man.
Now, did they catch the guy?
I don't know if they caught him. I know they were looking for him, and they had like security footage of him.
I get super, like, when I go out, usually it's me and my husband going out to like Washington, Philly, things like that, and I'm always like so skeptical, like, because we like to go, we like to have fun, we like to drink and stuff, but it's like to a certain point, because I'm like, I don't know where the hell I'm at. I mean, it could happen here too, like in New York and stuff, but like, I don't know. I feel like over there it's just a little more dangerous or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, anywhere you go, you just have to be aware of your surroundings. Like, I literally got my license to carry because of that. Like, now, ever since I had Roman, like, I don't play about that shit. Like, I look around myself before I put him in his car seat and all that stuff, because it's just like, people are just so unpredictable, and like, you really have to like be aware of your surroundings and trust your gut, and carry a fucking gun. Get your license to carry, get a little gun, learn how to use it properly and safely, because like, I'd rather kill than be killed, to be honest. Like, we're not doing that. You ain't gonna catch me lacking. So yeah. And I practiced shooting my gun and everything, so I'm safe about it.
I went one time before and I thought I did it really good, and then Tito took me on a date and I was like, oh no, I was so nervous. It was like, I don't know, I think like after you have kids, everything is just so like different. No, so like, even holding nervous. It, I was just like, I had so much anxiety. I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
No, I always get nervous when I go to the shooting range at first too. I think it's just like an adrenaline rush of like, you knowing that you have this weapon at your hand that can potentially kill someone. But like, at the end of the day, like, after you practice so much and you become comfortable with like properly holding it and safely disarming it and all that, that kind of goes down. I don't think you ever stop being nervous holding one, because I mean, it's a lethal weapon at the end of the day. Yeah, like you should be a little scared holding a gun.
I definitely do want to get out there and
girl, we can do a little date, me and you, a little girls' date to the gun range. I love going to the gun range. It's just such a stress relief. Like, take me to the gun range, take me boxing, all that stuff. Let out some stress.
No, I do want to go boxing. I do want to go boxing.
Come with me. I tell you, I go every Saturday. All my friends, they're like, I want to go. I'm there every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Just text me, be like, hey,
I need a sip.
Can I come with you today? And I mean, absolutely. I'm always trying to bring more people to the boxing gym. Honestly, we do need more men, because it's really just my husband, me, and this one other girl who go faithfully. Yeah, and he be scared to hit me hard, and I'm like, bro, just do it. I know you want to. But yeah, I don't take it light on him. So. And we appreciate everyone's feedback from our first episode. And it's just gonna keep getting better and better and better with every episode. As we get more comfortable in front of the camera. My editing skills get a little bit better, and when we start making some money, then we can upgrade our camera.
Yes. So definitely please like and share. We are on YouTube at Unfiltered Vibes Podcast, on Instagram.
Unfiltered Vibes Podcast. Yes. So share with all your friends, like, subscribe, text us or DM us some feedback or some topics you want to hear us talk about. And if you're interested in becoming a guest too, we're so down for that. We'll figure out where to have you sit down and join us on this little couch. But yeah, like I said in our last episode, we have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people that just have unique stories, and do some really cool shit in our community too. So yeah, hit us up if you want to come talk some shit and have a little drinky drink with us. That'll make you.
Yeah, Sabrina's getting better. So your message of the day is, next time someone tries to bring you down, remember this: Confidence is quiet and insecurities are loud.
Period. I have that in my birthday post, and I stand on that. 10 toes. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 2. We love you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.